You're listening to Opinions and Beer. I prefer mead. You sent me to hell, Jason.
I really just want to make everybody jealous.
I'm a person from Earth.
Listen, what are we talking about?
I reckon it sounds like Opinions and Beer.
You're the smartest dumb guys I've ever met.
Hello. This is the Opinions and Beer podcast. I'm your host, Adam. We will be drinking Outer Darkness Russian-style Imperial Stout. Brewers Reserve by the Squazzers Craft Beer Company. Here's how it sounds. Time for the pour. Smell that. Smells so good. Hello and welcome to Opinions and Beer. I'm your host, Adam. With me today is Ed Ray 1416.
Yo.
Today's beer of the day is Outer Darkness Russian-style Imperial Stout Brewers Reserve, brewed by the Squatters Craft Beer Company. Outer Darkness Imperial Stout is one of the most intensely flavored beers a brewer can create. Outer Darkness goes through multiple mashes to achieve its high original gravity. Outer Darkness has 65 IBUs, is black as night and cold cellar like the Siberian winter. We hope you have as much fun drinking it as we did making it. Now I'm going to go ahead and review this beer, then we're going to go ahead and get on with whining with Ed Ray. Because he's got some wine. but I'm gonna. Smells pretty stouty. Smells like a typical stout. I'm gonna try this beer. This beer's sitting at 10.5% in alcohol, and I feel like I've had higher IBVs and didn't really taste like the alcohol's kind of coming through a little higher than maybe I desire. It's kind of has like a richy type taste. It's pretty rich tasting. I'll be honest with you guys, we just did this. But the Illuminati shut down my computer with their telepathicness. They used their telepathicness to shut my computer off using my body. And I don't know how they did it. I don't know if it's like some kind of radio waves. Maybe the internet's on, so the Illuminati are connecting through the internet waves in controlling my body to turn my computer off. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you I gave this a 7.8. after a long I thought about this for 10 minutes. I'm going to cut 10 minutes down to maybe 5 minutes cuz I sat here and I thought about this beer for 10 minutes and came up with a 7.8. Giving it a 7.8 because the ending, the last bit of tasting of this just does not sit right with me, but it's really good. It's good, but then it's like a weird. It's almost overly bitter for a stout. Just a tad hair. And I say this I've had stouts with way higher IBUs than this, and they taste perfect. This one, I just can't. There's something about that ending. I don't know if it's because of Utah and their. Maybe this is the most intense flavored Utah beer, because I know Utah has weird brewery laws, and I think most of their beers are at 5%. I don't think they go. A lot of their beers don't go over 5%. This is from Salt Lake City, Utah. Brewers Beer. Squatters Craft Beer Company. Anyways, Good job, squatters. Hate to be harsh, but 7.8 is not that harsh. So, good job. Now it's time to move on to Whining with Ed Ray. Ed Ray, tell us about the wine you're trying and give us your input.
All right, today's wine here on the Opinions in Beer podcast is Lindemann's Bin 45 Cabernet Sauvignon. This is the second Cabernet Sauvignon wine that I've ever reviewed. And we're going to go ahead and review this a little bit here by reading about this. A simple question leads to fascinating stories. Lindemann's is celebrating the moments that make us smile by collating real personal stories from real people around the globe. Behind every smile is a story. In over 100 countries, the world smiles with Lindemann's. Now, the alcohol by volume in this particular wine is 13.5%, which means it's going to be a very strong wine if you think about it long enough. And this is headquartered in southeastern Australia, and it was established in 1843. So here I go sniffing this wine. All right, this wine smells like it was freshly made, straight off the grapevine before it got fermented. And now I'm going to go ahead and take a sip. Well, this wine is very strong and it's very sweet. Even though it's not at the level of, let's say, Carlo Rossi, this is the second best wine I've ever tasted, so I'm giving it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. That's pretty good. Pretty good, I'd say. Oh, Ed Ray, at the beginning of this episode, we did some ASMR. You big ASMR fan, Ed Ray?
Hell no.
Why not?
Because I think it's annoying as hell.
Annoying? No, it's supposed to give you a shiver from your head to your toes.
I don't know what your problem is, but I don't need it.
Yeah. ASMR. Don't you want to watch people eating?
No.
Ed Ray. There's a lady who was eating spicy noodles, and she has 7 million followers. You think there's something wrong with that?
Of course there is. Nobody knows how to be entertained anymore.
Are you saying you wouldn't eat some food for your followers?
Not on camera.
Yeah, but they want to hear the smacking and they hear the food go into your mouth.
The only smack they deserve is across the face.
Oh my God, that's abuse. He's promoting abuse over here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. Outer darkness. Isn't that hell? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it seems like hell to me.
Oh my goodness. Russia. I don't know. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we recorded this episode already. We're about 30 minutes in. We talked about the Illuminati. Talked about how crazy it is that people can get away with so much. Or how people think that people can't get away with so much. But how many people have gotten away with a lot. And we're going to address it again in a later episode. Because there was a lot of good talking points. But maybe we'll do it again when we have Eamon on the show. Eamon couldn't be with us. Occasionally, Eamon won't be here, and we'll just do an episode with me and Ed Ray, whining with Ed Ray. But because Eamon, he really has to do the streaming stuff. Be sure to check him out, Eamon on Twitch. He's a Twitch streamer, and he does really well on Twitch. He's really good at games and gaming. If you're a big gaming fan or a gamer, please check him out and subscribe. I believe you can subscribe for free if you have an Amazon Prime account. You can get a Twitch Prime account, and you can subscribe for free, and it really helps him out. Ed Ray, what do you want to whine about today? Don't you have like a book coming out or something? You writing a book?
Oh yeah, I'm writing a book about permaculture gardening on a shoestring budget. Basically, the purpose is I explain what permaculture gardening is and how it's different from conventional gardening, how you can protect the soil that's already in your area, and how to create some new soil using natural materials from trees or other sorts like that.
Speaking of gardening and Illuminati, I know the Illuminati are controlling what you... they control what you grow. That's why they stopped. That's why it's hard to find heirloom seeds.
Yeah, you got that right. Because most people that are buying hybrid seeds are being told that hybrid seeds are good for convenience because it'll help grow you some good food. But after that one round of food, you don't really have much to harvest after that, or probably have nothing to harvest afterwards. And that's totally opposite of what an heirloom plant is.
Ed Ray, I have no idea what to talk about because we just talked about all this, and I'm trying to remember it all. so we could re-say it, and I'm lost. So maybe let's come up with this. I'm going to come up with a separate subject right now to do it. Okay? School starting around the world for a lot of people. How was school for you, Ed Ray? Did you like school growing up?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was a place for me to communicate with people, learn some stuff, And the schools today are a lot different than during our day, Back in our day, we actually tried to learn something, but then standardized testing took over common sense, and we really didn't learn much toward the end.
Why did they put so much stress on these standardized testing?
It's to test the minds of the students, and it's pretty counterproductive compared to actually teaching students how to read properly, how to analyze, and how to really train yourself into solving problems.
Yeah. Ed Ray, my son started school recently. First 2 days of school already. First week of school. Isn't that crazy? They grow up so fast. Do you remember pre-K?
I guess I learned how to read, but that was it, learn how to recognize the letters and maybe do a little math here and there, but that was it.
I went to a weird pre-K. The only thing I really remember from pre-K is like those weird books, like the Hungry Caterpillar book. I read the Hungry Caterpillar. I read another book that was kind of like the Hungry Caterpillar, and then a light fixture hit me in the head.
Yeah, those are some interesting books, all right.
No, that's not a book. A light fixture really hit me.
Why would you talk about something that ain't relevant to reading?
I'm telling you about my pre-K experiences.
Well, that's nice for you, man.
Can I tell you about my damn pre-K experience?
Go ahead. This is your show.
Well, I was sitting there at the table, and I was minding my own business. Coloring, I guess. I was coloring my books, thinking about in the future how I'm gonna do a beer podcast. I was like, man, I really want to color this black, like the color of that stout I'm gonna have on this episode when I reference my childhood. and so I'm sitting there doing my thing, and I guess I didn't notice that everybody had gotten up. They all got up and like stood in the corner of the classroom, like around the edge of the classroom. And no one told me to get up. So no one told me to get up, and everyone's up in the edge of the classroom. And I guess there was like a repairman. Maybe it was a ladder. What hit me in the head? Something hit me in the head, Ed Ray. As I remember this. There's this guy, and he was fixing the light. This guy was fixing the light with a ladder, and the light fixture came down, like it swung down. Like for some reason, like I guess one half the light fixture wasn't properly connected anymore, and it came swung down and hit me in the head. And everyone's like, oh my God. And I was like, oh. Actually, I don't know what I did. I guess I was just like, oh no. It's all a blur since then. Maybe I had a concussion. No one said nothing. No one said anything about my concussion, Ed Ray. Don't you fucking care about my concussion?
That explains why you're so crazy today, because you got hit by a light bulb.
Not a light bulb, a light fixture, like the thing that holds the light bulb. The light bulb's being changed out. I don't know why it hit me. Ed Ray, sit down and tell me why my brain was abused and what you did in pre-K.
Well, let's see. You said you got hit by a light fixture, and I wouldn't be surprised if you got into a couple of fights in school, or if you accidentally got knocked upside the head a couple of times in school.
Why?
Yeah, because people are very careless. They don't know where they're stretching their arms or whatever, and people get hit by accident.
You're just making things up. You sound like the Federal Reserve right now.
I don't deal in banks, boy.
Yes, you do. You go to the bank all the time.
Yeah, because I need to put money in the bank.
Why? Why don't you keep it in an envelope?
How else are you going to buy stuff online?
Envelope. Did you know that people that misspeak is because they read it.
Well, people misspeak all the time. I mean, let me give you an example.
Because they weren't taught the word, they read it.
Yeah, people mispronounce words or misspeak words. Well, let me give you an example right here. A lot of people like to say wash, but the old-timers all around the South like to pronounce it wash.
Wash. I'm going to wash my clothes.
Yeah, that's how them old-timers talk. They like to say wash, or they like to pronounce a disease called diabetes instead of diabetes.
I got diabetes. Anyways, before we go, I got a song, Ed Ray. I didn't know if I should do it on this episode, but I'm going to do it on this episode. We're at 16 minutes. I'm going to hit 20 minutes. Maybe we hit 20 minutes on this episode, Ed Ray. I want to give you guys no, maybe I won't do the song on this episode. Maybe I'll do a joke. Should I do a joke, Ed Ray?
It's your show, man.
Should I do a joke or a song? God damn it.
Well, it's your show. You can do whatever you want.
You're killing me. You are killing me. Okay. Ed Ray. An Irishman, an Englishman, and a Scotsman go into a pub and each order a pint of Guinness. Just as the bartender hands them over, 3 flies buzz down. 1 lands in each of the pints. The Englishman looks disgusted, pushes his pint away, drats, demands another pint. Sir, give me another pint. That's what he says. The Scotsman picks out the fly, shrugs, takes a long swallow. Swallows that. The Irishman reaches into the glass, pinches the fly between his fingers, and shakes him while yelling, "Spit it out, you bastard! Spit it out!" Did you hear the joke?
Yeah, I heard it.
Do I have to explain it to you?
No, I mean, the Irishman is a very smart drinker. He knows how to deal with flies.
To spit it out because he said he wants every drop. He wants every drop of it.
Well, that's how them Irish people operate.
Oh, Ed Ray. If you could live in another country, which would it be?
Is there a multiple choice?
New Zealand, Ireland, or Scotland?
I guess Scotland.
Oh, yeah, Scotland? What's in Scotland? You're going to get eaten by a monster, Loch Ness.
Well, Scotland's got some interesting beer, and they got a lot of tough people over there.
Do they? I bet you they don't garden.
Yeah, but they hunt.
What do they hunt?
Yeah, they hunt all sorts of animals. They even go fishing.
Like what? A gabagaloo? What's one of those weird Dr. Seuss animals? I want to fight one of them. I'll fight a Dr. Seuss animal. What's the one that punches people with the boxing gloves? Box of Gox. I want to box a Gox so bad. That's what I hate Dr. Seuss because now he put this fantasy in my head that I can box a Gox and I can't. Would you box a Gox?
Probably not. I'd run.
You'd run from a Gox?
Yeah, because I'd rather be smart instead of stupid.
I would never in my life run from a Gox. I'd box a Gox. Because a Gox for boxing is goxing is pretty good.
It's official. He's drunk.
Look, Ed Ray, we did this twice. So obviously I've had 20% of alcohol right now. Oh, Ed Ray. I said 20 minutes, and so we're nearing the end. Here we go. This was Opinions and Beer.
Opinions